Madden 21 is only a few months away and I couldn't be more excited. Over this past 4th of July weekend, I was fortunate to be able to play the Madden 21 beta and I logged over 6 hours playing and I found some interesting stuff that I think is important to know as we head into Madden 21. What's going on YouTube? It's professional Madden player T Davis, and in this video I will go over the top 5 things I noticed that really stood out to me while I was playing this Madden 21 beta over the weekend. If you guys want all the latest Madden 21 news and want to learn to play like a pro in Madden 21, be sure to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. Check me out playing live on Twitch, and if you want to improve your game further, I have ebooks and coaching lessons available in the link in the description below. The first thing that really got me excited is the brand new personnel audibling feature. This feature allows us to add more creativity to our offense. Essentially, I can come out in gun bunch and be able to audible to a formation like strong close or I form close. I can even audible to something like single back wing flex close or I form tight. In order to do this, all you have to do is sub in another tight end or running back into the gun bunch or any 3 wide receiver personnel formation you come out in. You are just trying to get the same personnel on the field as the other formations audible to. Knowing your team if you play regular teams head to head, or knowing your personnel and building accordingly when it comes to Madden Ultimate Team or the salary cap modes will be crucial to your success. This new feature allows so much more creativity, and in my opinion, will allow us to see much more variety and some awesome new offenses here in Madden 21. While on defense, figuring out how to counter the new personnel audibling may present a challenge, but it will make us think outside the box more and really pay attention to the personnel the offense brings out of the huddle. In my opinion, this makes the game much more strategy-based and allows the best skilled and football knowledgeable players to succeed. From a viewer standpoint, this is what we want. We want to see different things, different offenses, different defenses, and much more creativity when it comes to the competitive side, as well as a viewership standpoint on Twitch or YouTube. The one thing that I was upset about was the fact that all the playbooks are basically the exact same as Madden 20. The only playbook that was any different was Carolina's with new head coach Matt Rule. I believe EA is going to change the playbooks and hopefully add some new plays and formations when the game officially releases on August 28th. Next on this list is the brand new zone coverage depth slider. I love this new feature, however, there are a few bugs that we will discuss. With this new feature, when going to coaching adjustments in-game, we can now adjust where specific zone defenders will guard on the field. We can adjust hard flats, cloud flats, soft squats, quarters, hook zones, etc. We can set these zones to play short within 5 yards, medium depth between 10 and 15 yards, as well as even back further up to 30 yards. This feature allows us complete control over our defenders' positions on the field. There was a bug in the beta that kept resetting these sliders in the coaching adjustments back to 0. That has to be addressed, and I believe it will be for the actual game release. Once this is fixed, this feature should help players be much more prepared and able to make on-the-fly adjustments to try to slow down opponents. Also, I believe hard flats should not be a part of the slider because hard flats should always play less than 3 to 5 yards. The slider should just focus on cloud flats and soft squats when referencing the underneath cover 2 type coverages. One other bug I noticed in the Madden 21 beta was how with auto flip on, my players would not always flip if the offense did. For example, if my opponent came out in gun bunch and I was in a nickel personnel with the slot defensive back lined up on the slot receiver, and then the offense flipped the formation, my defense would not flip with them even if I did reset my play. That needs to be addressed also for the official release of the game, and I believe it will be. Speaking of zone coverage, or should I say lack of, in the Madden 21 beta, defense was very difficult to play because of a multitude of different things. Let's start with the actual zone coverage. Deep zones were not playing any routes and were easily glitched and manipulated. I do believe zone coverage needs to be tweaked, but I see a bigger issue that is causing a lack in defense. The bigger issues to me is the lack of user ability on defense, specifically clicking onto the closest defender. It seems every time I clicked on to make a play, there would be some sort of strange delay, or my defender would get a clunky animation. For example, if my opponent threw a corner route, and I clicked on to make a play on the ball, there would almost be a 2 to 3 second delay from actually getting control of the defender closest to the corner route. Usering in general feels real clunky and the opposite of smooth. It could be just a different game and something that takes us time to get used to, but it could also be the new COD rating, or change of direction rating, which replaced the old elusive rating and is used on both sides of the ball. Using a player with a high COD rating could be the correct answer for this issue that has taken the Madden community by storm. I'd like to see a tune to zone coverage, but I also think figuring out the usering aspect is the main problem here. Now knowing what we do about zone coverage, let's talk about man coverage. Man coverage seems to improve greatly from Madden 20. Although it is early, I saw major improvements with both basic man-to-man as well as match defense like cover 4 palms. Defensive backs seem to have better angles, and we're running with receivers much better than in Madden 20. Routes like wheels, posts, and even slants to an extent were not getting wide open, even depending on route running thresholds. In Madden 20, it was almost impossible to run a primarily man-to-man scheme on defense. I think this is a great update because we see man-to-man very popular in the NFL, and being able to mix in some man defense within our scheme and trying to confuse the offense is always a benefit in my book. I have ran match defense a lot in the past few years, and will continue to do so in Madden 21, especially if it is as good as it seemed in the beta. This is a huge win in my book, and I can't wait to see how it pans out in Madden 21. Finally, let's talk abilities. Abilities were newly added in Madden 21 and are a very polarizing topic. I, for one, am not a huge fan of abilities, but I understand why they were added and how they can be marketed for video games. To start things on a positive note, I am really glad they toned down the dashing deadeye and escape artist abilities for quarterbacks in Madden 21. Playing the beta, using a pocket quarterback seemed like it would get the job done, and an escape artist was not necessary. We'll have to see how it all plays out, but for now, escape artist isn't needed if you want a pass-heavy offense. Dashing deadeye was also toned down, and now you won't be able to roll out with someone like Patrick Mahomes on the run and throw the ball 80 yards down the field across your body. The Chiefs were ridiculous in Madden 21 regular teams because of that one ability Mahomes possesses, so toning it down and making it more realistic definitely makes more sense to me. In the beta, guys like Julio Jones and Mike Evans seem to be catching aggressive catches at an alarming rate, specifically in the red zone. I believe this will also be toned down and have much more balance between the three different catch types: aggressive, possession, and run after catch. Now let's discuss the most talked about ability over the beta weekend, and that is the brand new film study ability. Earl Thomas had this on the beta, and what this ability does, it allows you to see your opponent's play art if they run the same play more than 3 times. Yeah, that's right. You can see your opponent's play art. Now look, this could be a cool feature and a lot of fun if you're not a serious competitive player and you want to improve. Put this ability in the arcade mode, but it should definitely not be in competitive mode. Most pro players run the same play with multiple different setups. Also, if someone keeps running the same play on you, then that is on you, the defender, to make adjustments and slow them down. You most likely know the exact hot routes and adjustments they're making throughout the game and need to adjust accordingly. This film study ability has no place in competitive Madden, and I am hoping it is removed by the August 28th release date. Overall, I really liked and enjoyed the Madden 21 beta. Even though it was only 3 days, I think EA has done a good job on bringing more creative features to this year's game. The all-new personnel audibling and zone depth sliders allow more control and creative freedom to both offense and defense. Some other new abilities and the all-new ball carrier control system are fun as well. Of course, there's always going to be some negative things that need to be addressed, like the film study ability and zone defense in general. But look, Madden is never going to be a 10 out of 10. It's a video game, and there will always be flaws and glitches. I think I speak for most when I say that at least it's a different game than Madden 20. Madden 20 was one of the worst Maddens to date, and I have a good feeling we will see an improvement from Madden 21. I'm super excited for the new game, and I can't wait to get my hands on it by the end of August. Let me know down in the comment section what your thoughts are if you did play the beta, or what you're looking forward to the most when you first put in Madden 21. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want the best tips and gameplay for Madden 21. Until next time, your boy T Davis is out.